YouTube, hey, what's going on, guys? First of all, I want to thank everybody who has been following and supporting and sending in comments and visiting the sites, buying from us, especially those people who have joined our affiliate team with the cannabis or CBD sites and also joined us on the crypto tab sites. If you guys don't know about that stuff, it's down there in the comments in a section below. So thank you guys. But to get to the title of this video about Bill Cosby. Now, everyone's chiming in, and for a long time, I really just kept all my comments and thoughts to myself. But after seeing so many videos with so many people out there with so many garbage thoughts on things, I thought I had to jump in. Everybody else is in the water, so why not me, right? All right. Now, I'm just going to get to it. Bill Cosby, did he rape those women? I don't know. I would like to say I hope not. But there's some things you guys need to take into consideration. At the time when this was all going on, the black man he still didn't have equal rights. He was still watched very closely, even today. I mean, we're better, but it's still not, we can't just walk around and do whatever the hell we want to do. So I just find it interesting that a lot of these claims are like, it happened at the station in a back room, it happened at his house once, and then it happened again at his house, and all these women, they remember all these details, but they were supposedly drugged. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen because I wasn't there. I'm only responsible for me. Now, Bill, if you ever watch this and you did do it, hey, bro, you gotta pay to play. All right, so only you and God and the women that it really did happen to can vouch for that. The other ones who were found out to be lying, hey, I hope you guys rot in hell. In all honesty, because that's a horrible thing. For a woman to put on a decent man. So that being said, let's go on. Now, I find it odd that, okay, let me say this correctly. A lot of those women, I'm not saying all, so don't send all hate mail and stuff, were infatuated by him. They wanted something from him. They wanted to get ahead in the business. So you can't tell me that it happens even now, that they want to get ahead and they use their sexuality, even a little bit, flirting or teasing or touching or caressing, in order to prompt him to have some kind of interest so that he would then do these things for them, open the door. I mean, I'm not even a super famous person. I'm very well known in certain areas. And I've had women approach me, like in the business world or at the nightclubs, just to, sleep with me to try to get ahead, get what they wanted, get more fame, get a free drink, get into the VIP, help get business stuff, So I understand the pressure, and it's hard to resist when these women are after you. Anybody, even I've had men after me just because of the same reasons. So I can only say that when you've had that much fame and that much money in any walk of life, somebody, if they know that they can get it from you, they're going to try. So I don't want to take anything away from the actual victims, but you do need to keep these things in mind. And I apologize on behalf of all good men everywhere for those who actually have gone through any form of rape. Here's one thing I will give you. If you have been assaulted, please step up and tell your family and authorities. Don't let these crimes go unpunished. And if you are in a relationship, male or female, and this has happened to you, and this is also me speaking from personal experience, let your significant other know, because I know for me, I didn't hold anything against this particular person, But by not telling me, it affected our sexual life just because I didn't know. And so when this person is resistant, you're just thinking, oh, something's wrong with me. And then when in fact it's something that was actually wrong or had happened to them that caused something to be wrong with us. And that's not fair. And that can play games with your mind and your heart and your time. So just be honest, throw it out there, and if they can deal with it from there, then go ahead. Instead of being one of these, I'm going to hide all my problems and insecurities and issues and then just go ahead because I want to be in a relationship. Like it doesn't work at all. It will always fail. And actually that's happened twice in my life where I've had two different women go through something like that, only for me to find out later. And these are the reasons why we had issues and stuff. Back to Bill. Well, let me jump over here first. I find it interesting that, and I'm not going to go through all the names, but just the top headlines right now are with like Matt Lauer and was it Weinstein or whatever, Harvey. These guys are still not in jail. They're still working, still getting money. I don't know if they have a star on the Walk of Fame like Bill Cosby has, but I know his has been chopped up instantly. And Bill hasn't done any, well, except for Matt, really. I mean, I think it was like one or two things that happened with him. But the other guy, Weinstein, dude, this guy was getting men, women, and probably animals and trees and all kind of stuff. And he's still out, whatever else. So that leads me into saying that there's something more going on here. And like, what was it, Rashad, his Bill Cosby's on TV wife, she knows what it's really about. I've seen her YouTube and statements basically saying, and she was afraid. A lot of these people they're afraid to tell you what's really going on. Now, I'm not afraid to tell you, but I don't know all the details. So what I will give you is this. There is some form of syndicate going on behind closed doors. These people in Hollywood, they know about it, and a lot of them are afraid. Look at, was it Corey Feldman or whatever? He started coming out with it, what they call it, Pizzagate or whatever, something like that. He started coming out with it years ago, and if you're watching this, I applaud you for having the courage to come forward, because that's huge. Because not only were you like risking your life, but your future and possibly your families, because the people that are behind this thing, it's big. It's not small. It's not a one or two man thing. You're talking about people who, and I honestly don't know their names. So that's why I'm also not afraid to talk about it or whatever else, because Lord knows if they really want to get to you, they'll get to you. These people have endless money. What was it in, was a movie with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, one of those, he said, follow the money, or I might have said follow the rich white man. But anyway, so somewhere in there's some people with very perverse desires, and they have a network of people who are judges and lawyers and police officers and governors and mayors, all who are on the same thing. Now, this might sound sketchy. There are parts of the world where these things are legal, that they like and that they do. I don't condone them. I will never travel to these countries and places, but I would suggest that if those are your things, then that's where you should go, where it's legal. Because here in America, we have standards. And yeah, I say this, and let me say this correctly. Some of us in America have standards. A lot of us, but not all of us. And these people who are in power have the ability to make things that they want happen. So what can I say about that? I'm an ant on a log in the middle of a forest, and these people are dinosaurs. All right. So I do applaud those people who've come forward. You are courageous. You are brave. Don't be embarrassed or down about it. This is life, and these are the things that do occur, and that you can rebuild and grow from these things. But back to Bill. So the story goes, the inside story is that, supposedly the inside story, I don't know for sure. I'm only repeating some of the stuff that I've read and learned, so I can't put 100% proof on any of this. I have zero, there you go. I have zero evidence on it. Just a feeling, just what I've seen, some things that make sense, and some of the information from other credible people have said this, which has brought me to this point. Bill apparently was in the process of buying a television station. The whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. And he was denied multiple times and told he couldn't have it, even though his money was right, his credit was right, everything looked good. But the top, 7 families or whatever, I don't even know their names. I could guess, but I'm not going to say it because I don't know for sure, but this is what's been said. The top 7 families who own like the top 7 main companies that everything else is umbrellaed under. You have to do your own research, people. Find out for yourself if you really want to know names and all that good stuff. But even then, you're almost not going to find any actual proof because they're that good. All right, and not saying that all the top people are in this by no means, because there's tons of people who are great, but a lot of them are also looking the other way or they're minding their own business. So this is what it is. But anyway, he was denied and told to let it go. And then mysteriously his son died. Mysteriously started having other bad things behind closed doors happen to him. And when he didn't give up on or get the message, mysteriously at the same time, 30 or 40 some odd women from his past mysteriously pop up with a lawsuit against him. And now his entire legacy is besmirched, which is what Rashad was saying. Felicia Rashad, I think is her name, something like that. She was saying it's not about Bill, it's about his character, because you have to understand some things. There's also a hidden war against black males. If you haven't noticed the culture today, black males are wearing skinny jeans, dressing like burnouts, still fighting amongst themselves. And there's nothing wrong with homosexuality in my personal book and belief, and I'll explain that. But something's going on where a lot more people are becoming homosexual in the black community. Not that there weren't already any, but just saying more so and more recently. So there's a quiet war. I've known about it for years. A lot of people have known about it for years. It's just there was no way to really get the word out that this is what's happening. They're waging war. I'll tell you why. Because the black male was looked at as a feared, dominant, uncontrollable resource. All right? And so now they're destroying that. They also don't want us to know about our connection to Africa or Kemet or, Hebrews, the ancient culture related with Atlantis, Lemuria, that we were kings and queens, and that at one point in time, the black race ran the entire world, that the white race came from the black race. Look up Jacob, the big-headed scientist, for that information, if you want to know about that particular passage. So there's a lot of things that they're covering up that they don't want us to know about, and the best way to do that is to destroy them, let them destroy themselves. That way you don't put a whole lot of resource into it and they destroy themselves, and that's what's happening. So it's a sad thing, but if you look at it, and here's one more thing I'll give you. It has been said that a part of their hidden agenda, these people, I don't know what their group is called, so I'm not going to put it on any specific one group, but supposedly one of their inside things is that they have to put it out there on TV or in papers and whatever else to appease the beings, if you will, that they believe in. It has to be done publicly. It can't be done all super secret and covertly. It has to be put out there, and then people have to see it and ignore it and then be a part of it. Something like that. One of the things I've noticed that came true on this list, and that's why I started looking into this a little deeper, is that their desire is to destroy every positive black male's image so that the black community has no one to look towards for inspiration, for light, for guidance. And the second thing on their list was that every positive black male will have either been removed from office or tarnished, or especially asked to wear a dress. Now, if you look at a lot of the films in Hollywood, you'll start to notice that a lot of them have put on a dress. Why a dress? I don't know. I guess because it tarnishes their strong masculine male image. I don't know, but think about it. There might be some truth in it. Like I said, don't quote me because, like I said, I'm just presenting the information so that other people are just aware. You wake up a little bit. All right, now as far as homosexuality, I have tons of friends who are gay. Tons. Doesn't bother me a bit. They do their thing. I do my thing. We're cool. I've got no problem with their lifestyle. Now, as far as between them and God or whoever they believe in or what's above us, I don't know, but it's not my place to judge them. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for that. Back to Bill. Could all this be fabricated? Could it all be a lie? It could very well be. There's no way to prove any of it. It's all hearsay. It's all people's opinions. So I would suggest for you to keep an open mind. I'm not saying believe in him or not to believe in him. I'm just saying ultimately it's a sad thing to see somebody who was America's father figure go down. But hey, if he did it, you got to swing, buddy. If you didn't do it, then unfortunately you allowed yourself to be in these positions. And those were muddy times because people didn't really have recording devices, and there was a lot of drugs and free love and all that kind of stuff. And so here's the thing. As a man, once you're accused, you have the task now, no matter who it is or what it is about, to prove your innocence. Just because somebody said some stuff. And if a whole bunch of people start saying stuff about you or me, you now have to prove it. And that's what sucks, because there's no ultimate truth that can easily prove it. So, I mean, even Michael Jackson, look at how all the stuff that people said about him, and now we're finding out years later from the people, these kids who grew up, and they said it never happened. This man's career was tarnished. That's something to think about too. You wonder if maybe they didn't get him. You don't know what level these people with unlimited resources and position and reach can do or not. So who knows? Is it true? Is it not true? We don't know, but I guess that's for the courts to decide, and whatever God he believes in to decide later. So, but once again, for all those people who have been victimized, please go get help. Go get counseling. Let somebody know. And don't take the weight of trying to make the world a better place all on your own. Just do your part, and it's going to go where it's supposed to go. So that being it, it's getting nice outside, so enjoy the weather. Do your best, and be blessed. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Bye.